Someone is lying. You clicked on this video because you feel like something is wrong. You have that gut feeling, don't you? For years they told you, play it safe, live within your means. So you saved every penny, while you watched others drowning in debt, yet somehow getting rich buying real estate with that very same debt. Then you thought, okay, the secret must be debt, so you took out a loan. But this time, the interest rates crushed you. While you broke your back working for the bank, you couldn't understand how others lived like kings using the bank's money. Play it safe, don't take risks, they said. Inflation ate your savings and you stayed poor. Be brave, take risks, they said. You bet everything on that one stock and lost it all overnight. Right now on the screen, you are looking at the financial world's biggest torture method, the mental chaos. The world's richest people, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Robert Kiyosaki, they all offer you a map to financial freedom. But here is the problem. The maps don't match. One says, turn right, buy gold. The other says, turn left, buy Bitcoin. One says debt is slavery. The other says debt is money. So is someone lying? Or are we playing the game wrong? This is analysis paralysis. It locks you up. You do nothing because you are terrified of making a mistake. Today, we are wiping this board clean. We will solve the 6 biggest paradoxes of finance, one by one. Our goal isn't to find out who is lying, but to find out which investment strategy fits your character, your age, and your wallet. If you are ready, let's start with the banker's favorite lie. Your banker or fund manager always repeats that classic nursery rhyme. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is called portfolio diversification. The logic is simple. If stocks crash, gold goes up. If gold crashes, bonds save you. It is safe, you sleep like a baby at night. But wait a second, let's get back to reality. Look at the richest people on the planet. Did Bill Gates build his wealth by diversifying into 50 different sectors? No. He focused only on Microsoft. Did Elon Musk split his money into 100 tiny pieces? No. He bet everything on Tesla and SpaceX. He barely had money left for rent. Remember Mark Cuban's famous quote, "Diversification is for idiots who don't know what they are doing." Here lies the solution to the paradox. Wealth creation and wealth preservation are 2 different games. When the rich tell you to diversify, they are talking about their current state. They are already rich, and their goal is not to lose money. But if you are just starting out, if your capital is limited, splitting your money into 10 pieces will only slow you down. The mathematical truth is this. Concentration creates wealth. Diversification preserves wealth. If you have nothing to lose, you don't need a basket. You need a rocket. Get to the moon first, buy the basket later. Let's get to the scariest word of all, debt. Traditionalists like Dave Ramsey see debt as financial suicide. Cut up your credit cards. Live debt-free. Be free, they say. For 95% of society, this is true, because most people use debt to buy a new phone, a luxury vacation, or a car that loses value. This is called consumer debt, and it has a dark side, the golden handcuffs. If you have high monthly payments, you cannot quit the job you hate. You cannot say no to your boss. You cannot take a risk on a new business idea. You miss every future opportunity because you are too busy paying off your past. Robert Kiyosaki and the rich dad mindset. They love debt. Do you know why? Because they use 2 secret weapons, inflation and tax breaks. Look, in an inflationary environment, while cash becomes trash, debt melts away too. The monthly payment on a $1 million mortgage might seem huge today, but in 5 years because of inflation, that fixed payment will feel like grocery money. The rich use leverage, and no, I am not talking about 100x leverage on a crypto exchange where you get liquidated in seconds. I am talking about using the bank's money to buy a physical asset that produces rent. The tenant pays the debt, the rich keep the appreciation. The paradox solution is a simple test. Does the debt take money out of your pocket? Then Ramsey is right, it is poison. Does the debt put money into your pocket? Then Kiyosaki is right, it is the cure. A knife can slice bread, or it can cut your hand. The crime isn't in the knife, it's in your hand. This is where the biggest fight happens. The internet is full of gurus saying, if you stop drinking coffee, you'll buy a Ferrari in 40 years. This is called the scarcity mindset. So, can you get rich by saving? Answer, yes. The proof is Ronald Reed. Slower storytelling tone. Ronald Reed was a janitor his whole life. He used safety pins to hold his coat together. He never ate out. But when he died at 92, his bank account had $8 million in it. Everyone was shocked. What was his secret? He didn't buy coffee. He bought blue chip stocks with every penny and waited 60 years. The math works. But, and this is a huge but, Ronald Reed died with $8 million. But he lived like a janitor. He never enjoyed the money. Energetic, aggressive tone. In the other corner, you have players like Grant Cardone. They laugh at this. I don't want to be rich at 90. I want to live now, they say. If you want to be a millionaire, don't quit coffee, quit being poor, increase your income. This is called the abundance mindset. Here is the painful truth. Savings have a mathematical limit. You can save at most 100% of your income, not a penny more, or you starve to death. But increasing income has no upper limit. Let's do a quick calculation. You need to know your hourly value. If you have to work 2 hours just to earn that coffee money, then that coffee is a luxury. Don't drink it. You are drinking your life away. But if you earn that money in 10 minutes, then the coffee is irrelevant. The real cost here isn't money. It is mental bandwidth. Your brain has a daily energy limit. If you spend 2 hours stressing over is the cheese 50 cents cheaper at the other store, you have no energy left to think of $1 million idea. This is called being penny wise and pound foolish. If you are broke, yes, save, play defense. But if you want to be wealthy, spend your energy not on how do I save $3, but on how do I multiply my hourly value by 10. The compound interest of 0 is still 0. So you realized saving alone won't work. You decided to invest. But now, you are stuck at the gate. The question is, are you going to try to catch a falling knife or chase a train that has already left the station? Meaning, should you buy when everyone is selling, the dip, or buy when everyone is buying, the rally? One side tells you to be a value investor. The logic is simple. If a Ferrari goes on sale for half price, you don't panic, you celebrate and buy. Remember Warren Buffett's famous quote, "Be greedy when others are fearful." So when the charts are bleeding red and everyone is screaming, "We are doomed," you buy because it is cheap. But the other side tells you the trend is your friend. They say, never catch a falling knife. If something is dropping, maybe it's going to 0. Legends like George Soros, they don't buy the drop, they buy the breakout. Buy high, sell higher. So which is true? Here is the solution. It depends on what you buy. If you are buying the S&P 500 or a massive company, the drop is a discount. Buy the fear. But if you are buying a crypto altcoin or a speculative stock, the drop usually means death. Don't be a hero there. Wait for the trend to turn. But while you are fighting over red or green, you are missing the bigger picture. You turn on the news, recession is coming. Stay in cash, they say. But Wall Street data slaps us in the face. In the last 20 years, investors who missed just the 10 best days in the stock market lost half of their returns. Those days are usually the days right after everyone screams, "We are doomed." This is called time in the market. Fear tells you to wait. Math tells you to act. If you wait for the perfect time, you will be waving at the train from the platform. The best time was yesterday. The second best time is right now. And finally, the risk paradox. We see people on social media getting hyped up saying no risk, no reward, and betting their life savings on a random coin. Do the rich take risks? Yes, but the risk they take is called asymmetric risk, meaning, if I lose 1 unit. If I win 100 units. The poor take gambling risks. If they lose everything. If they win, they only gain 10%. Remember, my friend, unless you are Donald Trump's son, no guru is going to whisper this is the bottom in your ear. No chart is going to tell you this is the top. The flag is in your hand. If you climb down a well with someone else's rope without weighing your own risk, you will be left alone in that well. As knowledge goes up, risk goes down. And finally, the most dangerous lie of the modern era, passive income. You see people on Instagram sipping cocktails on the beach, making money while they sleep. Don't trade time for money, they say. Let the system work for you. But wait a second. Look closely at that guy on the screen. That guy telling you to make money in your sleep. He is spending 18 hours a day filming videos, running ads, and editing just to sell you that course. If passive income is so easy, why is he putting in so much active effort to sell it to you? Look at Elon Musk. He sleeps on the factory floor. Look at Jeff Bezos. In the early days, he was packing boxes until 3 a.m. Wait a minute. If the goal is passive income, why are the richest people on Earth working like dogs? Here is the paradox. To get passive income, you need massive active action first. A rocket uses 90% of its fuel just to lift off the ground. Only after it reaches orbit can it shut off the engines and float. Passive income exists, but it is not the start, it is the result. Have you ever seen water flow without a pipeline? You can't. First, you have to lay the pipes until your hands bleed, with blood, sweat, and tears, so that later, the water can flow without you. If you are looking for a lazy way out at the beginning, you will likely get hunted. In summary, my friend, neither Buffett is lying, nor is Kiyosaki. Everyone is sharing their own truth, based on their own conditions. The prescriptions are different, because the diseases are different. But never forget this, you cannot find your own path using someone else's map. Even if you copy the world's best investor exactly, he will probably win and you will lose. Do you know why? Because when that stock drops 20%, he waits calmly because he trusts his plan. You panic and sell. You are in the same boat, but he has the stomach for the waves, and you don't. Now it is your turn to pick up the pen. No one is going to value your money more than you do. Are you playing defense or offense? Do you have time? Or do you have money? Solve your own paradox and choose your game. Which side are you on? The protector or the builder? Write your strategy in the comments. Let's discuss. Don't forget to subscribe to learn the cheat codes of the financial game. See you in the next video.